But if you're just thinking about it one day and you're sitting at a 700 and you just heard that the average is 711 and you want to get this 711, it's like, I'm going out and going to use this credit card. It's going to give me a boost. But for what? For bragging rights? If you're not going to use it, if you're not going to actually use it for something productive, then there's no reason for you to go ahead and do those kinds of things. All right. So that's two reasons your credit score could be going down. Here's another thing, and pretty much the last thing. Something else could happen. Something else could have happened when you paid off this particular installment loan. Something could have happened. So whether that is you paid off the loan and then you apply for credit somewhere else. Maybe you did that. You should know that's going to pull down your credit score. Maybe you got a new credit card. Maybe you charge some things on a credit card. Yes, if you charge some things on a credit card, your credit utilization is going to increase. So if your credit utilization increases, especially over certain thresholds, if you were under 10% and you go over 10%, that score is going down. If you're sitting between 10 and 25, but then now you charge something and now you push yourself over 30, it's absolutely going to go down, right? So maybe you charge something on it. All these things happen at the same time. Maybe you had a limit lowered. We talked about that a month or so ago. Credit card companies have been lowering people's limits, sometimes to their knowledge, sometimes without their knowledge. So if your credit limit was lowered, that's going to hurt your credit score, and that score is going to come down. Maybe your card got closed. Maybe it got closed, right? So if you close the card, that's detrimental to your credit score. It's going to come down. Maybe you got a late payment. Maybe you got a new collection. So a combination, if you will, of those things could absolutely bring your credit score down. It just so happened that all this happened around the time you paid off that particular installment loan, and so you think that's the direct reason, but it could be other things. You just got to remember there's a lot of factors that go into your credit score and why it could be up, why it could be down, things of that nature, and some that we just don't know. All right, so those are the reasons that happens. Now, typically though, when you pull off, the coup, if you will, and able to, pay off one of those loans, which should be a good day, a glorious day. It's a glorious day when I paid off my student loan. Glorious day. Did my credit score take a hit? It absolutely did. It was the longest account I had on my credit by far. It was the longest account. But I was way more happy about paying off that student loan than I was about having an 800 credit score. You know what I'm saying? So typically, it's only temporary. It's only temporary. So the score may bounce back in a month or maybe two. So it's only temporary, so no need to panic on that. And, let me tell you this. And a lot of activity, like I just mentioned, all these things that could be going on at the same time. A lot of activity in a short period of time is considered risky as far as FICO is concerned and that credit score. So if you have a lot of things going on, you're gonna when people buy a home, you have a lot of things going on. Sometimes you charge something on a credit card because maybe you didn't have the money to pay for an inspection for the home or something of that nature. Don't use your credit cards when you're about to close on a home. However, maybe this happened. You didn't have money to pay for that inspection or the appraisal, so you charged it on a credit card. That's some activity going on. Then you go ahead, you buy your new home. Maybe you had an old home, so you sold that home, and you bought a new home. These are all different and a lot of activities. Now that you're in your new home, you left the old washer and dryer at the old place. Now you need a washer and dryer. So boom, you go get a washer and dryer. And now you want to look at a new couch. And you go get a lot of activity. You understand? You have a lot of activity, then that worries FICO. That worries them. So your credit score is going to go down, and that's just the system, quote unquote, protecting itself. Call themselves protecting you, if you will. So those are the kinds of things that happen. They consider it risky. So just be mindful and aware of those things. Now look, remember the 5 pillars of credit. Just be mindful of them. Your payment history, your credit utilization, your length of history, your mix, and the inquiries. those 5 pillars of credit, that's the foundation of what happens with your credit score. Yes, there's a lot of nuance in between there. It's a lot of things that can go wrong and a lot of things that you can correct out of those 5 pillars of credit. Now, if you're not sure about all of these things, then what are you going to do? Besides call me, you're going to go to Amazon. You already got your card in there. We just talked about that, right? You're going to go to Amazon. You're going to look up 5 Pillars of Credit by Kevin King, and you're going to get my ebook. It's $3. It's going to help you. It's well worth $3, in my opinion. And per the reviews, it looks like it's well worth $3, maybe more, but it's $3. Go ahead and get that. You're looking for a gift. You don't know what to give to somebody. You are in part of an organization, and you guys mentor children or mentor young adults and whatnot. You can gift this ebook to them. If you don't know how to work it, they certainly do. You can gift it to them. All you need is an email address for them. So go to Amazon, get 5 Pillars of Credit as a little gift for your people. All right, that's it. Come back next week. We're going to talk about some more credit stuff, some things that's going to help you increase your credit score next week, some ways to protect yourself during this time as well. We're going to talk about all that next week on the 800 Credit Score Man Show. So you guys know how I got to do before I get out of here. Kobe, Cameron, and Carter, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm out.